From one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. Today on to Week 15 in the NFL, and we've got a good matchup in store, as it'll be the Denver Broncos taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. Here's the kicker, Harrison Butker, ready to get this one started. And we are underway from Kansas City. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
Let's go.
First play, and Young is going to throw it. Throw out wide to Walker. The game's first play produces 6 yards. Brings up second down. To throw, Young. Hit as he throws there, incomplete. You talk about this Chiefs defense. They played really well in the win over the Raiders a week ago.
They forced 7 turnovers. 7. Think about that number now. That's supposed to be a lucky number, right? Lucky for one side, unlucky for the other.
Here is Young. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have the Broncos first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
A first down throw for Young. Looking high its way once again. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
Well, as my dad would say sometimes, I'm just scratching my head here trying to figure out what was going on there defensively. How did you lose him in the middle of the field? If you're going to lose a receiver, make sure it's someone on the short side of things, not deep downfield, that can hurt your defense.
They go play action. Young. And this one is incomplete. Well, these two teams have met up in Denver earlier this season with the Broncos winning that one. So if they can win again here in KC, they would pull off the season sweep. 2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. Meanwhile, the throw by Young was knocked away and incomplete.
Well, it looked like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They're just going to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
Young on third down. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. And a nice milestone reached on that last throw as here late in the season, he goes over 4,000 yards passing.
And he's really thrown the ball well all season long. Had some big games along the way. He's inspired his receiving corps to go out and make plays for him in each and every ball game.
From the red zone now, Young. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Jalen Hyatt, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Broncos are on the board first here on the road in Kansas City. Well, these guys have won 3 straight ball games and another good start to this one out to the 6-0 lead.
And I've talked with so many different coaches, as have you, along the way, and they always talk about winning streaks and the mood of a team and how much easier it is to actually prepare during that time. Guys are sharp, guys are focused, everyone's feeling good, and we're seeing it early in this one.
Now Isaiah Pacheco going to bring it out of the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's Pacheco to begin the drive. A tackle made there by Caden Stearns. But you look at this Bronco defense, they were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
And the big difference in the game, their ability to force turnovers. Multiple, in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, the big difference in the game.
It was impressive. Now the question, can they duplicate it? Looking to throw on 2nd down. Jones. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Jonathan Abram picks it. And the Broncos are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. Following the interception, Young. He'll buy some time right. It's caught inside the 25. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. It's Young on 1st down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. Followed it up with another nice one here. And before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
Oh, how about this on 1st and goal? And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Jalen Hyatt, his first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Broncos are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown. So decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? Or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
This defense for the Broncos, they were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
From the 22 now, here's 2nd and 9. Jones out to the flat, and that's caught. A gain of 8 there on the play. And that'll leave him with a 3rd and just a yard. Zero hesitation that time. That was get ball, throw ball.
Yeah, it turned into a smoke route. If you see the coverage off the receiver, doesn't matter whether you call it a run or not. Just take the ball, get it out to him.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. He may go. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 21-0. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. This will be returned from deep in the end zone. Fights forward at the 20. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for. One of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Pacheco gets it again on 2nd down. And only a couple there up to about the 23-yard line.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
It's 4th down.
21-0 our score after 1. Second quarter from Arrowhead. It's the Chiefs in possession as they've got it with a 4th down coming up. Here's Tommy Townsend on to punt. KJ Hamler deep for the Broncos. Now this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And it's taken in at the 9. Officially, that'll be a 63-yard punt. Well done. And it'll be 1st and 10 Broncos from deep in their own territory. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball, so they can already make this a 3-score game here if they can come away with points on this drive.
Yeah, they're almost pushing them to the brink, aren't they, partner? Almost to the point now where it's a loss of words for me, which I know would excite all of our viewers, but you're just not supposed to see that type of dominance so quickly in a game like this. Everything they've done has been working so far. Offense, defense, you name it, it's going well for them. He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, time to...
And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety.
Every team has plays in their book to try and buy some room when a safety's on the table. But a big variable is how does each team deal with the pressure of executing in those situations. In this case, they didn't, and they gave up 2 points.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more system. And they get Jones for the 3rd time in this ball game. He may go. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line. A very short field to work with now. 1st and goal after the great punt return. Now receiver in motion left. He'll get it here on the jet sweep. And that is not fooling anyone. He never had a chance to turn the corner there. And they'll go backwards right away. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Well, as a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
Well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss.
Here we go. Here we go.
Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Another shot from the one on 2nd and goal. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And he will score. Touchdown, Denver. Jalen Hyatt on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Broncos continue to pull away here in this first half. Point after, right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half. The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Well, still early in this one, Charles, but the last time this offense was out there, they threw their first interception of the ball game, so trying to avoid repeating that mistake here on this drive.
And to put a positive spin on it, at least it happened in the first half and not in a close game in the fourth quarter. But you're absolutely right, partner. One of the last things this offensive quarterback wants to witness again in this game.
Kind of an obvious question, Charles, but anything you try to avoid after your first pick, or you say it's one interception, we're still in the first half, I'm about to do the same thing?
I think you want to avoid playing scared, and put it into the mind of the quarterback that you've lost confidence in him. Make sure you get some throws that he's going to be able to complete, make him feel good about himself, and continue to run your offense.
Going to look deep here for Pacheco. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Thus far, they have been able to move the line of scrimmage very well in the running game. Almost felt like they said in the huddle, can you guys pass protect? Let's take a big shot downfield. Didn't get it on that one, but they may come back to it again.
Jones now on 3rd down. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. He's got his target. That's complete. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the first down markers were. The defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front, but somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
Now a throw downfield is taken in by his running back. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. 36 yards on the play.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and ended up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. Another try after the first down sack. Jones. And this one too low.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first half scores just like this one.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And that is incomplete.
How about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Butker's kick here is good. And now puts within 3 scores as it becomes now a 23-point game. So the 3 points there, CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
And this will come out to the 25 as Hamler elects not to return it. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Trent McDuffie with a pick. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So maybe some signs of life where this has been a defense. They've been all over the map here in this first half, but they're coming through with a big play.
And sometimes that one play is what you need. And it sounds overly simple, but this is a team that was close to being down and out before halftime. So to come back and return an interception for a touchdown, that's big.
Yeah, maybe it can serve, Charles, like you're alluding to, as a little bit of a wake-up call for them. We'll see. Extra point by Butker is on target. And the lead's down to 2 scores now at 16. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Back to it after the pick six. Young. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
Young's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. They're going to look to throw. Hyatt able to make the catch downfield. And they will get him down, but not before he gets very good yardage there, as that will lead us right into the 2-minute warning.
First down, Broncos.
First and 10, Young. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Part of what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Again, it's Young. They're looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And quickly, they get to the line.
A gain of 18 on the play. First down, Denver.
On first and 10, Young. And he's taken down. Chiefs sack. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Young off the play fake. Wide open receiver complete. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 4th down. Young. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. And the punter's on the sideline. Here's the field goal unit now to try an exceptionally long one. And, folks, this is a 67-yard attempt. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice, an ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this will stay a 2-score game at 16.
And now 2 problems as I see it. First, you missed the kick, which, granted, was a long one. But second, you set the other guys up with great field position and enough time to maybe get downfield and get a field goal attempt of their own.
Now Jones. He'll drop this off to Pacheco. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
Throwing, Jones. Gonna look deep here for Pacheco. Then his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Devin Witherspoon.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 1-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And this is potentially a nervy situation this close to their own goal line. Out of his end zone, Young. He completes this to Walker. And he's only able to get it up to about the 2-yard line. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Glenn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. It'll be the Chiefs football to begin quarter number 3, and they trail here as we are back underway now on EA Sports. This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Well, the first half, they struggled a little bit to keep pace offensively, CD, down 2 scores here. So how do they make some changes coming out of the locker room?
Well, they've studied what they did in the first half. They've seen what the defense is throwing at them. Now they want to have a plan of attack against it. So you come out, you're not going to get all the points back on one drive, but get started on it. Start chopping into that lead, and maybe it'll inspire your defense to help out as well.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1. Here Jones gets it out quickly, complete. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half. Pacheco gets it up the gut. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd down and 7. Again, it's Pacheco. And he'll be down close to the first down marker as he gets this to the Broncos' 42.
It's interesting going into this game. There was so much talk from both sides about who would control the line of scrimmage. I think we've seen who has it in this one so far.
Well, they've bottled him up. He's barely averaging over 3 yards a carry right now. They'll try for the first with Pacheco. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. Here's the Chiefs punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And now a whistle and a timeout called by the kicking team. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. And the punter's on the sideline. Here's the field goal unit now to try an exceptionally long one.
4-yard attempt.
And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. For almost 80 years, 64 stood as the NFL record for the longest field goal. That has since been eclipsed. It's now 66, but still 64-yarder. Pretty impressive, CD.
Absolutely agree with that, because if you drill a 60-yarder in an NFL game, you've got a lot to be proud of, record or no record. And only a handful of guys can even attempt it. Excellent job there, putting that one through the pipes.
And this will come out to the 25 as Hamler elects not to return it. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Young on first down. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 26.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Now Young. Caught along the left side by Hyatt. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 46. To throw, Young. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
Meanwhile, the throw by Young is knocked away and incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Walker. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line, and that is not near enough. They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down. Young to throw it. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A big pickup there, 20 yards as they convert on 4th. So after the conversion on 4th, here's 1st and 10 just outside of the red zone. It's Young off play action. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Felix Uzama able to record his 5th sack of the season.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
On 2nd down, Young. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he did not reel it in.
That's one of the few things that has not gone right for this offense so far. They've had their share of big plays. That was nearly another. But somehow, he just couldn't squeeze it.
Ninth play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. Here is Young. And this is going to be incomplete.
Anytime someone tells me that fundamentals are leading the game, I'm going to show them this play because they couldn't get to the passer. So what do you have to do? Get your hands up in the passing lane, and they batted it away on a 3rd down attempt.
And he's going to miss this one. That is no good. Well outside the left upright, and the lead will hold at 13. Well, it's still a good-sized lead, so they haven't necessarily needed him, but this is now 2 missed field goals for him in this game so far.
Yeah, and the question now is, will he be prepared when they do need him? Whether that's later in this game or sometime down the line, having a kicker you can count on is definitely imperative.
They'll start the drive here with Pacheco. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. We're back now in KC. It's the Chiefs with a football, but with work to do on the scoreboard. They trail as we start quarter number 4. Here's 2nd and 3. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
They run it with Pacheco from the gun. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
From the 35 on 2nd down, Jones. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. A great play there. 35 yards. And the Chiefs have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
And how about the phases of a successful catch and a completion of a play? Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then, of course, the run after the catch that ends up in the end zone.
Extra point by Butker is on target. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. After the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a 1-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives?
Let's go old school here. All right, let's get back to the basics. Get back to running the football, high percentage throws. Find the guys that eat pressure and make plays for you and make sure they touch it.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 31. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Looking to throw, Young. Walker with a grab, left side. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Instead of a 3rd and 1 run, they go pass, and they get 12 yards out of it.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
Walker now on 1st and 10. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched it. And he cannot get away, and Young will go down. That was Nick Bolton rushing in and burying him behind the line. Collectively as a defense, Charlie, you get 4 sacks a game. You're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number is just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure.
Under pressure, they got him again. Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on the punt for the first time this afternoon. Fielded just inside the 20. A beautiful fake. It's a nifty return of 29 yards. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. 54 yards rushing for him in this one as he starts to draw near to a 1,500-yard campaign. Jones on 1st and 10. He'll check this one down to Pacheco.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Back to throw. Jones. We've got a one-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. Oh, and that nearly ended it. That should have been intercepted, but he cannot corral it, and that is a lifeline there with 3rd down coming up. So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Now Jones. That is caught. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 13-yard line. And now all of a sudden the shoe's kind of on the other foot. Maybe you pull the reins back here a bit?
Yeah, a little bit because you got to make sure that you don't score too quickly.
Pacheco gets it and tries the left side. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco, touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Chiefs are an extra point away from taking the lead here in the 4th. Now they can boot it through on the always important extra point, and then their defense has to hold up their end of the bargain.
And there's something that you've pointed out in numerous games that we've worked. Okay, the excitement's going on. Everyone's celebrating over there. Who's called up the defense to make sure they're focused because they still have some work to do?
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
This is 1st and 10. Here's Walker to start the drive. And he is going to get out of bounds with the first down, so that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the first and save a timeout.
Brandon, I think you and I were both raised the same way in the game of football. You run to set up the pass, but I think we've discovered in this NFL, a lot of teams pass to set up the run. And that's what they've done throughout this game. They've aired it out, thrown it around the yard. Now they've come back to the running game, and they find a way to be successful with it.
Plenty of time and 2 timeouts still at their disposal. 1st and 10 here. They run again with Walker to about the 40-yard line.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
At the 40-yard line.
2nd and 6 coming up. Here's Young. They'll roll him out right. He finds his man complete. It's Young. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 34-yard line. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play. Here's first down. Now a draw play. It's Walker. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4. 2nd down. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave him with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Clock reading 42 seconds. Here's 2nd down. Now Young. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. The Arrowhead crowd in full roar. Here's 3rd down. Young to throw. Setting up the screen here. This is Walker. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside.
Yeah, and on 3rd down, you know those pass rushers, they're in the starter's block. They're just waiting for the pistol to fire. You can almost hear the defensive coaches on the sideline pre-snap. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Really good job there of identifying it and making the play to force 4th down.
Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to take the lead here in the final minute. And his kick here is good. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. All right, so time to reset here. It's a huge kick there, gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that, because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays and get into field goal position. So this defense is going to need to come up with one final stop if they're going to get out of here with a victory.
And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
At their own 13-yard line.
Here's 1st and 10. Jones. Flush to his right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Probably time for 2 more shots, and ideally, they'd like to get to midfield or so they have a chance at a Hail Mary on the final play.
Here's 2nd down. To throw is Jones. He's going to let it fly. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Picked off by Devin Witherspoon. We've got to have two hands on the football here as they run on first down.
Just go ahead and say it with me. That was a
mistake.
Yeah, sure, without a doubt. Because at some point, put your foot in the ground, get on the field, and get down protecting the ball. Don't go out of bounds, because when you go out of bounds, you're really just helping the defense.
Yeah, not to be too hyperbolic, but it's like giving the D an extra timeout, isn't it?
It certainly is. Gives them a chance to regroup, and it means you have to snap the ball an additional time, which always means the possibility of a mistake.
Young here to throw. And the Chiefs are going to get him. Nick Bolton picks up his second sack of the afternoon. So this one will wind up a Denver victory. And it was a game where they were off and running in the first quarter, Charles, and never looked back.
You know, partner, after a while, we always say the same thing, don't we? They set the tone early, right? They started fast. So I asked a few of my horse racing friends, do you have a term for me that we can use to cover that? And they said, yeah. When a horse breaks out like that, you say he caught a flyer out of the gate. And that's exactly what this team did today. I mean, they jumped out there.